I just bought this brush cleaner. I'm really excited because it's a brush cleaner on one side and then a dryer on the other side. Typically, I'll wash my brushes by hand, and then it takes like overnight to dry. So I'm hoping that this will help so that I can use them a little bit sooner than the next day. But I do have that one's probably my dirtiest. I use this one for blush. So I'm excited to see how well it does on this. It's a pretty simple design. There's really two buttons, off and on. So that turns it on. It's a little bit louder, I would say, but you can just flip it off with that switch as well. And then this is the dryer. The dryer is not as loud as the cleaning. It comes with a USB-C cord and you need to have it plugged in. So typically I wouldn't be washing my brushes in the dining room, but I can't find my adapter. So I do have a port here for my USB because it doesn't recharge. You just have to have it plugged in. And then I do have some cleaning solution. I haven't tried this one yet. This is it's either Alifini or Afini. I can't tell if that's an L or an I. But this, you can use it diluted or undiluted. They do say to use it undiluted if you have heavy makeup in your brushes. So I'm gonna try it in this machine. It's just like a soapy wash. It doesn't have any dye. It's good, it's okay on your skin, and it doesn't have any parabens. So we'll give it a try. So let's clean these brushes and see how it does. So it does have a max fill line right here. I'm not sure how much of this to dilute in here, so we'll just test it out. But the top where you put the brushes on, I thought was cool because it has all different sizes and they're stretchy. So you can shove your brushes in there. And what I liked about this one was it's short enough that I can use short brushes in here, or I can do long brushes. So I'm gonna put all my brushes in, and you have to kind of find the hole that works the best. So like this one can hang down just as at the same level, even though it's short. Let's see. And it has even little smaller ones for smaller brushes. You just kind of have to find the gap that works the best. Okay, so and then you just have all your brushes so they don't fall out, and I'm gonna put some solution in here. I'm not sure how much to use because I want it to clean and I'm diluting it. We'll try that much. I don't know, that was about a couple teaspoons maybe. We're just winging it here. Oops. Okay, and then that goes on. Maybe. And this goes on. I want to make sure that it closes, but that all the brushes, so you can actually pull the brushes up. And make sure they're in the solution. It might take a few minutes to decide where to hang your brushes at, and then you just turn it on. Oh, wow. So it does go both directions, like it spins in one direction first and then it'll turn and spin in the other direction. Okay, so note to self, you have to have your brushes right at the right level or it'll kick it back and it'll stop. So I did have to troubleshoot a little bit, but I think it's going fine now. So see how it'll pull like the whole machine if you don't have them on the right spot. But it's cleaning, clearly. Pretty excited about that. So I'm just gonna let it run its course and then we'll put it in the dryer. So it was about a 5-minute cycle, and that is what the water looks like. So I think I'm gonna actually run another cycle. I think I'm gonna rinse them off just to make sure that none of the soap is on there, and then that they're really clean. So I'm gonna do another cycle. Okay, so I just put some clean, fresh water in here, and I'm just gonna run it without any soap just to kind of rinse them off. What I like about this is you can set it and then go do something else so that you're not sitting there. And you know how long it takes to wash brushes. So I think this is great because you can just do it while you're doing something else. And I kind of wanted to see how much was left over after that soap cleaned it. See how well it cleaned it. It actually cleaned them pretty good, honestly. I mean, there's not a whole lot of stuff left on them. So we'll let it run 5 more minutes. I might do a third cycle. Who knows? We'll see. Maybe get a little crazy here. Okay, I think I'm gonna do one more. Okay, this will be my second rinse. So that was the second rinse, and I think that they're pretty clean. There's barely anything in the water, and I went and got to do the dishes while these were cleaning. So I'm gonna dump all this water out and let them not be sopping wet before I put them in the dryer, and then let's check out the dryer. So I cleaned the little compartment out here. You can see all the turning kind of does leave a little mark on that. That's not dirt or anything. That's just from the spinning. So just know that. So I did clean that out with soap. And then here's all my brushes. What I did is I shook them out really good, and then I squeezed them to get like the excess water out because they were sopping wet. So I'm gonna put them in this little guy. And I don't think this one holds as many as this one does, so we might not be able to do all of these. So I'm just shoving all my brushes through here. I don't know if I can get all of these, but the cycle on the dry, you can choose either 2 hours or 5 hours. So I want to try to get all of these in one cycle because I don't want to spend 10 hours cleaning or drying my brushes. So I'm going to try to fit all of these in here if I can. Let's see. It's just this. There's only one big one. I can get it in this one. Okay. Whew! I got them all in there. And I'm gonna set it on the 2 hours and see how that does. There we go. So it clicked on nice. They're all in there. So right here you can see there's a 2 hour, or if you do it again, there's a 5 hour. So I'm gonna set 2 hours and we'll come back and see how dry they are. Okay, so I dried it on the 2 hour setting, and I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 brushes in here. And they are mostly dry. So like the small one is totally dry. This one's dry and clean. This one is big and fluffy, so it's not dry, but this is that one that was super dirty. And look at it. It's nice and clean. I wouldn't say it's completely dry. So I would say probably the 5 hour setting would, but also remember there's a lot of brushes in here, and so airflow is gonna be cut off a little bit more the more brushes you have in here. But this one is dry. That one is dry. So I would say the more compact, dense ones need a little more time, but I didn't have to sit here and wait all night, and I can use most of them. And I'm just gonna let them dry a little bit more. So all in all, I think I'm kind of liking this. Totally will keep using this. I think it's really good investment on saving me time. So, and then this worked really well. So I hope that all of that information helped.